Focusing on improving your mental health can really improve the quality of your life. If you want to find out how, keep watching. I'm going to talk about that right now. Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. My name is Danielle and today we're talking all about mental health. Because May is Mental Health Awareness Month, we're going to talk about how you can improve the quality of your life by focusing more on your mental health. If you're returning, then welcome back. It's so good to see you again. And if you're new here, thanks for stopping by and checking out my channel. If you like videos that encourage, motivate, and inspire you to be the best you can be physically, emotionally, and mentally, you're going to love it here. So please hit that subscribe button down below. You guys, if you like this video, please hit that like button. The YouTube algorithm really does like that, and I am trying to grow my channel. So with that, let's get into the video. May is Mental Health Awareness Month, so I really did want to talk to you about this today. I do believe that there is a strong correlation between your quality of life and your mental health awareness. I think it's something that a lot of people don't really consider. In my line of work as a certified personal trainer, over the last 10 years, I have worked with and heard a lot of people talk about their physical health in relation to being the only thing that they really need to consider when they're looking at their overall health as a whole, and that really isn't the case. Overall health as a whole, as a person, just being overall healthy, really encompasses more than just the physical realm. It really encompasses your mental health, your emotional state, and also your spiritual well-being. And so I like to tie all those components together because I believe that they all play an equally important role in your overall health and well-being as a person. But today we're really going to focus on mental health, and because I think it's something that we don't consider a lot and we don't think about a lot of times what I see is that people start to develop physical issues, physical problems or symptoms that is directly tied to the decline of their mental health or them not taking care of their mental health, because finally their body starts to tell them, hey, I can't deal with this, I really need you to look at this. And so our body starts to react and give us physical symptoms that really belie what's going on with us in the state of our mental health. Our body will start to react in physical ways because we are not taking care of our mental health. And I've seen that quite a lot in several different situations. And so it's really important to look at our mental health so that we can be as mentally healthy as we possibly can, so that we don't get to that situation where we start to develop physical issues or problems because we haven't addressed our emotional or mental health. So today, in an effort to keep this video relatively short and sweet, because I do want to think about my own mental health in really needing to take some time for myself today, I want to just talk about two factors that really impact our mental health and what we can do about it. Now, there's a lot of different things we could talk about in relation to mental health. There's a lot of data, a lot of research. I don't want to go into all of that today. Today, I want to talk about two factors that I believe really impact our mental health the most, and I want to talk about what they are and what we can do about those factors to improve the quality of life that we have. So the first factor is our physical health. I believe that there is definitely a direct correlation between our physical health and our mental health, and I do believe that really understanding that and really being in tune to what our body needs and where we're at physically can definitely improve our mental health. And the other factor is our interpersonal relationships of all kinds, whether it be work relationships, family relationships, friends, personal relationships, relationships of all kind. They definitely can impact our mental health, and we need to look at relationships that we have and the ways that that really impacts our mental health and how we can improve that as well. So personally, just based on my own personal experiences, I believe that those are the two biggest factors that I've seen with other people that I've worked with and in my own personal life that have really impacted my mental health. So let's look at the first one, physical health. So when you have really good physical health, when you are taking care of yourself physically, meaning that you're eating a healthy diet, you're getting enough sleep, you're exercising and getting some movement, you feel better physically, which allows you to think and function mentally with more clarity, with more energy. You're able to be mentally more sharp. Research shows that. We know that that's true. Research also shows that when you are physically not healthy, or when you're tired, or when your body doesn't have the nutrients it needs, when you're not eating a good diet, that it really impacts you mentally as well. And let me just share something with you from my own personal life that I've noticed over the last couple days. Now, I consider myself to be normally a person that's really in tune with my body, really in tune with my emotions normally, but for some reason I completely missed this. It went over my head. I actually shot this video yesterday and I spent like 2 hours researching and really writing down all my content and shooting this video, but I was exhausted. I called my mom before I shot the video and I told her, "Mom, I'm just so incredibly tired." And then when I was reviewing the footage and getting ready to edit the video, I was like, wow, I really look tired. And I realized that the content that I had in the first video that I shot really wasn't the direction that I wanted to take this video. And I just thought, I don't like this, I'm really tired. And this morning when I woke up, my son said to me, "Mom, you're really grouchy. You need to go back to bed. What's wrong with you?" I really didn't make the correlation that every month, I have 1 week in the month where I really do struggle because as a woman, I have my monthly cycle and it's really hard on me. I get really tired and I require more sleep, and there's just some other things physically that make me not feel real good. And I didn't make that correlation. And when I realized why I am mentally and emotionally really thrown off and I really just couldn't get my thoughts together, I didn't feel like myself, I was more grouchy than normal, and it was just really difficult. I was really struggling when I realized and got in tune with what my body needed physically. Then I was able to really see with more clarity what I needed to look at mentally to improve my mental health, to improve my quality of life. There was definitely a correlation there for me, and I think that happens with a lot of us. We don't consider the ways that our physical health plays into our emotional and mental health and our clarity there and what we really need to do. Like this morning I set my alarm for 6 a.m. but I really literally could not pull myself out of bed until 8:30 a.m. I really just needed the extra sleep, and initially I felt really guilty about it. I really needed to get going. Sometimes slowing down and looking at what your body's trying to tell you, looking at and paying attention to what your body needs as it relates to your mental health can really help you have a greater level of mental health, because you're going to be able to be more productive, you're going to be able to think with more clarity, you're going to feel better mentally than you would if you just keep pushing through and pushing to do things. It is really good to be productive. It is really good to have goals. It is really good to get things done. But I do think that sometimes you do have to stop and you do have to listen to your body and be in tune with what your body needs, because it can really help you improve your mental clarity and your mental health, and that in turn can really help you improve the quality of life that you have. And that's why for me today, I'm making this video really short and sweet. I have very limited notes because I really just want to speak to you from my own personal experiences. And what I've noticed actually in the last couple days in regards to myself and my own mental health, and what my family has pointed out to me, because I think it's really pertinent right now, and it's just a way for me to be pretty candid with you and pretty real and open with you about where I am, and really realizing that I need to take care of myself emotionally and mentally. And if that means that I need to step away or make a video shorter or not worry so much about how I look on camera or have a ton of notes and research, that's totally fine, and that's what I'm doing today. The second factor that I think is a key factor in you improving the quality of your life through looking at your mental health is really looking at your interpersonal relationships. Look at those interpersonal relationships and look at how you can improve them, and look at the ones that aren't healthy for you, the ones that might be toxic. You really need to go through and really examine those interpersonal relationships, because it really impacts your mental health. You know how you feel mentally and emotionally after you've been around someone that's relatively toxic in your life. Maybe they're really negative. Maybe they are never positive. Maybe they never smile. Maybe they are not supportive of you. It really impacts your mental health in a negative way, and it can really drain you of energy, not only mentally and emotionally, but also physically. So that's not healthy for you. And then looking at those interpersonal relationships that really are healthy for you and really add to your life. And if you have relationships that you can improve interpersonally, you really need to look to do that. I will link my communication series in the description box and above in this video if you haven't seen that yet. I think I offer some really insightful ways on how to improve the communication in your relationships, to improve some of those interpersonal relationships relationships that you have, but really being willing to look at that in more depth and really understand how your interpersonal relationships directly impact your mental well-being is really important. And I know there's a lot of other things that impact mental health, but I do want to encourage you to just take a moment, really assess where you are in your mental health. There's a lot of resources online. There's quizzes you can take. There's lots of resources. The last thing I want to say in regards to mental health and the importance of mental health, if you know or you think that you could be suffering from mental illness or have challenges with your mental health, I want to encourage you to reach out and get the help that you need. Really seek the resources that you need, whether they be medical, whether they be psychological, whatever that might be, because that is the first step in improving your mental health and really getting on a path where you can improve the quality of your life. Don't be afraid to do that. Don't worry about the stigma attached. You will find that people will be supportive of you and really happy for you that you're doing something about that. But I think it's really good to take a moment, just take a breath, really consider that when we find that we are at odds with ourselves, when we find that we are physically not feeling well, when we know that we're not physically taking care of ourselves, really looking at the role that mental health plays in that and looking at, if I improve my physical health, if I improve my interpersonal relationships, that will directly impact my mental health and in turn can also really improve my quality of life. And I will link my self-care video above if you haven't seen that as well. That's kind of a fun video, but I do think that self-care also really plays a big role in mental health, and I think that's also really important to take the time to do that. So today I'm actually keeping this video really short and sweet because in recognizing that I need to take care of myself and I really need to value my own mental health, I need to take some personal time to be with my family, and I think I want to enjoy some time outside. One thing in regards to physical health that I do think that you need to be made aware of also is recognizing your limitations, recognizing when you're doing too much or when you just need to stop and rest, because that's really important. And sometimes I've realized in my own life that I tend to push myself to do more and be productive. And it's really important to take that time when your body's telling you it's really tired. Take that time and rest. I hope this video was helpful. I hope you found it informative. And I hope you find some ways to do that. Let me know in the comments below how you're going to take steps to improve your mental health and improve the quality of your life. I'd really love to know. And with that, thank you so much for watching. And remember, make your everyday, ordinary life extraordinary.